You're listening to Trevor Francis on the Tilton Talk Show.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
And welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Image Cleaning and in conjunction with Accessy Blues. Well, it's international break week, so no real football to talk about apart from another England defeat and a friendly tomorrow at Leicester. However, Blues women did a great job against Everton on Sunday, and Man United ladies did a sterling job slapping 12 up there against them up the road. Top guest will be joining us for a bit of a chat later with the legend that is Robbo, who now coaches under 23, so we're looking forward to that. Lots of rumours flying around regarding the 12-point deduction from the EFL, so I'm sure we'll have plenty to discuss there. It only ever happens at Blues. I think we're a very unique club. And off screen tonight we have a very good friend of mine who's come down to stay in my new shrine to the Blues, and that of course is my old Geordie pal Alan Roy. So give him a lovely Blues family warm welcome. Big Newcastle fan, but he's always welcome on the Tilton Talk Show. Well, it's always strap yourselves in and get ready for the ride on the world famous one and only Tilton Talk Show. It's what Monday nights are for.
Let's hear it from the stand. So come on, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? From the Tilton, we'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
There you go.
Oh, well, there you go. Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. Is the microphone on now, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Actually,
That's
this week
very
we've got
unusual for you to get it right at the beginning of the show, isn't it? Big welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, Monday, the 10th of September 2018. Rob on at about 8:15. He's coming in on the phone. And with us, of course, tonight we've got the one and only Mr. Fun.
Good evening.
Nice but dim.
Yeah.
Nice but
Thank
dim.
you, Stephen.
We'll brighten him up in a very short while.
Accurate.
Got a good friend of mine in, as I said in the opening session there, Alan Roy. Good evening, Alan.
Good evening.
And, of course, Mrs. Browne herself. There we go. Okay, so it's on with the show. Lots and lots to talk about this week, Chris, with all the rumours flying about a 12-point deduction.
I reckon the EFL were watching last week's show and thought, oh, he's going to put his neck on the line, is he? Well, we'll chop it off then.
Because you did say last week that
I did. I was absolutely,
no way.
categorically certain that we would not be deducted any points.
How categorically certain are you now?
Honestly, the honest answer and the only answer I can give is that I don't know.
Right.
You know, you just don't know. I mean, this from what the Telegraph piece that I read, where they, you know, come out and exclaimed, you know, on the massive headline that the EFL were preparing to dock us 12 points and this, that, and the other. I think what they're saying basically is this is an unprecedented moment now. This is where the EFL start to get serious with FFP. Now, I mean, but again, so if you can't go back and say what about this club, you can't dock us points because this club did that. If we're now saying that actually none of that matters because this is a completely different. You know, this is a new slate, and you're going to be the first ones to get done. If we're done, then we're done, and we get docked 12 points, and I get, you know, lambasted by everybody, and I learn my lesson for making outlandish statements on a social media platform. But
we're not done yet.
We're not done yet, and all we can do is, you know, there's whatever the AFL want to do to us, and whatever they're going to do to us. Whatever the fans think of the EFL or whatever the fans think of Blues or whatever, that's irrelevant. That's not going to make any difference whatsoever. And whether it's 12, whether it's 6, if they dock us points at all, or whether it's a massive fine. All I would say is if they dock us points this season, there's going to be a hell of a lot of teams in that championship sweating over next season.
Yeah,
because they're going to be looking at us and saying they've docked Blues points for breaking FFP, or is it profitability and sustainability, which is a nonsense in itself, because sustainability, there's absolutely no issue regarding sustainability. We have owners who are prepared to put money in, so there's no issue on sustainability. But if that's whatever wording they want to put out, if they're going to dock us points, then we'll be docked points, and it'll just make this season's last day survival even more miraculous than the last couple.
Yeah,
it's only up
because it's crazy, and like I said, we don't have to look far, do we? Look at them across the road, but this my anger really, and my annoyance with the EFL, my gripe is you're picking on the wrong people. You are going after the wrong people. We have everybody's qualm with Blue. Everybody's issue with Blues this summer is that we knew, allegedly, possibly the owners knew that we were going to be in trouble with FFP. We knew that the profitability and sustainability test was not looking good for us, and we'd probably had discussions with the EFL about the situation, and things were ongoing, and yet we still went and bought somebody in Pedersen, and that's why people are annoyed about us. Apparently, a couple of clubs have reported us because we went and bought Pedersen when we knew that we were going to be in trouble. But we bought a left back for $2 million, and we've done nothing else until the EFL says we can do something, and we've signed 4 bang average players on 10 grand a week.
Yeah,
you are going after the wrong people. That same week, Villa, who know what situation they're in, who losses are ridiculous, have again gambled massively on spending a truckload of money, and they've bought Balassi in on loan, El Ghazi in on loan, and Abraham in on loan. You're going after the wrong people. Middlesbrough again. How long have Middlesbrough been in the Championship now? Again, they've spent like 15 million on players.
Yeah.
Derby, how long have Derby been in there? Again, spending countless money, getting players on loan from Chelsea. It's you are targeting the wrong people by yes. If it turns out we've broke the rules, then we've broke the rules, and the board are stupid for breaking the rules, and it's entirely their fault, and there should be questions answered from the board, and there should be if we're docked 12 points, then there should be a lot of anger towards the board for making that decision at the time when they knew that we were going to be in trouble. But again, you're picking on the wrong people.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months, that's what I can say.
Yeah.
Benji Smith said, didn't tune in last week, I was away. Do welcome back Mr. Pugh. There we go, that's
Thank
done
you.
for you, sir. And Kev Kelly's asking it, can we add to the mention Blues Trust New Supporters Blueprint 2005? It needs big input from all from all the fan base. So if you could have a look at that would be...
We'll have to get the guys in again.
Yeah, I think it's about time we had the Blues Trust back in. Could you make an
They got something out, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Paul Gill, dangerous precedent if they do when there's other clubs that may be in similar position come March.
That's the point, yeah. Definitely.
Jason Bleeps Raisy, 12 points. We ain't even got them to give.
Yeah,
we've got 4. We've got 4 of them.
We'll
Exactly,
just get to -8. It's been done before, hasn't it? Teams start the season on minus.
It'll galvanise our supporters into the bring
But
the noise for us.
I don't think we need galvanising. Do you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people on social media this week, basically saying that, like, if this was anybody, we'll go them across the road again because it's an easy route. It is an easy target. They're the best stick to we can beat them with anything. So,
metaphorically.
I suppose so. Yeah. Don't do anything illegal. Yeah. But you look at how their fans reacted during the summer when their money woes were coming into fruition. and they slagging off the owner, and they wanted the owner out, this, that, and the other, and it was all meltdown, and the club was in disarray, and then a month later they're buying left, right, and centre again, and we just take it on the chin. We'll whatever happens to us, we'll take it on the chin, like we take everything on the chin.
We will have no choice, though, will we? We have to.
But that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no point bleating about it and complaining and moaning at the EFL. If the EFL have decided now is the time to do their punishment, then we've timed our little sneaky bid terribly, haven't we? And our buying Pedersen may cost us a hell of a lot more than £2 million. But like I said, from a fan's perspective, what are we going to do about it? Us tweeting hashtag F the EFL isn't going to go. They're going to make their director go, okay, yeah, fair enough. We'll leave them alone this time.
Yeah, Benji Smith says Chris Pugh thought we'd signed Alex Song. What does he know?
Well, exactly, yeah.
Brilliant, nice comment.
Don't listen to anything I say.
Top comment. Dear. And I think somebody just mentioned that it took them 3 years to find Queen's Park Rangers. So we don't want this dragging on and on.
Maybe we, if we're in trouble this season, maybe we appeal until the fine comes in next season or the season after. Do you know what I mean? When we're a little bit better off, but
yeah.
Who knows?
Kevin Kelly says the rate we are accumulating points. If we are then docked 12 points at come Christmas, we will need automatic promotion form just to survive.
Pretty much so.
But listen,
it's 4 wins, isn't it? At the end of the day,
like I said, we're in.
I mean, we've
been in worse
to stay in the division, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really,
we were in a
points.
dire situation last season and the season before, and at Bolton away, and But listen, what are we? Like I said, what are we going to do about it? We can't decide the boardroom politics. We can't decide what punishment the EFL dish out. So we just sit here and we wait for people who know a bit more than us to tell us what's going on, and then we accept it and we go on and back the team on Friday night.
We're so used to political drama at Birmingham City.
But it's just
it's in our genes.
But like I mean, FFP and the rules of FFP and the punishments of FFP are beyond any football support, your average football supporter, aren't they? So. If anybody can actually tell me, like I said, it seems like the EFL have completely changed their stance over recently, which is why this is a brand new precedent that they're going to put out to warn teams. So, does anybody actually know what the set regulations and punishments and this, that, and apart from the old 39 million over 3 years, which is the the benchmark really, but apart from that,
Robert Daw wants us to talk about the positives.
Positives.
Struggling.
Stuart McDonald thinks that loan players don't count. I'm sure they add on to the wage bill, though, don't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they're not paying. What are we paying Camp? Like $5,000 a week, or
not
we weren't allowed to go over $10,000 a week, were we, with any of our players?
Yeah.
El Ghazi, Balassi, and Abraham will all be
big money.
50 grand more,
Yeah,
50 grand plus a week.
Yeah.
So it all goes on to that.
From a club
your
that 5 weeks ago
profitability and
hadn't
sustainability. That's your profitability is going to go down.
Do you have these dramas at Newcastle, Alan?
Well, you've only one man can answer that.
And you don't want to.
We knew what the answer was going to be. Kev Kelly says the 3 professionals who could answer how we arrived at this point at Blues have been sacked by the club.
Yeah.
Maybe. Don't know.
I don't know whether they'd know. Whether, maybe they'd have known that the board went and signed Pedersen when they knew that they shouldn't have, but whether.
And Craig Coates says, my issue is, where does all the fine money go? It doesn't go to grassroots football, or does it just end up in the top brass pockets at the EFL?
Yeah, good question.
Very good question.
Have you seen the one from Andy Waldron? It says, question. He says, we can still buy under 23 players. If the majority of the squad were injured, could we play the under 23s?
Yeah. I don't know.
We should have waited for Robbo.
If you get a massive flu bug,
yeah,
and you ain't got any first team players available, then
why not?
Yeah.
Andy Walden also, is the problem removed once we get dock points? Can we then spend in January? Oh, yes, I believe we can.
Oh, really?
I think
I'd be surprised.
I believe we can because I think it was only for one window that you're embargoed for. I believe. Somebody else will tell me.
I thought my impression was that the 5 players maximum restriction that we had also included January, which is why we didn't bring anybody else in at the end of August when QPR were signing Tom Mohamed and everybody was signing Premier League players on loan. We didn't bring anyone in because we've only got one space left and that has to go to January as well, I thought. But
yeah, and as Matt Wilkes says, Queen's Park Rangers, Portsmouth, Birmingham City, one common denominator.
That'd be Harry Redknapp, that would, yeah.
But I see he'll walk away and live down in Sandbanks, quite
comfortably.
With his, was he 3 million he took off us when he went?
Media favourite, isn't he?
Steve Smith, I see the Premier League are going to move the transfer window back to August 31st next season because the rest of Europe don't follow their example. Will the Championship follow again? I believe
it will. It'll do whatever the Premier League, but it's not the fact that the rest of Europe didn't follow. It's that they realised that they were stuck then. Yeah. So that it's a great idea to have it at the start of the Premier League season, so that nobody's 3 weeks into the Premier League season and their star player wants out. But then what happens if they've settled their squad and then Real Madrid want to come and buy it? So Spurs have settled their squad, they're happy with their squad, and then on the last day of the Spanish window, Harry Kane, Real Madrid want Harry Kane,
and the
window's closed.
If we can talk about positives, yes, of course we can, but when there aren't any to talk about, you have to talk about the negatives.
We didn't lose this weekend.
We didn't. No. A bright
Blues
smile off you there, Alan.
Blues women won.
Kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Well, Alan, as you know, is a Newcastle supporter, and I've created a shrine to Birmingham City in my house, and that's where he's sleeping all week. So
what a joy.
He's breathing it in all week.
Oh, dear.
Love it. On a positive note, the pitch is looking great. Absolutely dead right, Pete Taylor. It's looking as decent as our green screens in here, to be perfectly honest with you. Noticed that the other day. I sat down for the Queen's Park Rangers game, and that pitch is lush. It's absolutely beautiful, and it was a pleasure to walk on a couple of weeks before as well. Even though they hadn't done the pre-season on it, it was in good condition then, but it does look absolutely stunning. Stevie Smith Stockdale didn't do very well for Southend on his debut. No, had 3 pushed past him, didn't he?
It was 3 shots, 3 goals, I think it was.
Yeah,
but it's okay because he's on Twitter. So everybody can message him on Twitter and say how much they love him.
And they do.
We miss you so much, David. Come back and save us, David. Our problem's goal scoring, but come back and save us, David.
Sam Marsh says Redknapp behaved like a drunk at a lock-in, not the first time. Well,
he always does, yeah.
But then
we
the
fell
owners
for it.
gave him the trust,
and we fell for it. And the fans fell for it.
Yeah.
Nobody at Bristol City. Well, exactly. But it was a recipe for disaster. Nobody at Bristol City, nobody at Ashton Gate on that last day when Redknapp was pumping his fists was going, "Oh, I'm not sure about this."
Yeah.
Everybody got carried away with it, and it's easy to say in hindsight that it was always going to end in disaster with Redknapp in charge. But that summer, the vast majority of Blues fans got carried away with that, myself included.
Dennis was asking on a sidetrack, can you ask Alan if he has this with Newcastle? You do have the same kind of issues up there, don't you?
Do.
Yeah, one major issue with Newcastle.
Yeah, the owner.
Mainly the owner doesn't want to trust or follow the leader of the team, like Rafa. For the manager of Rafa's reputation, he's getting treated absolutely abysmally at the minute.
Tret is treated, by the way, people. I did bring an interpreter in, and it's me.
Yeah, he's not getting the support from the owner.
Yeah.
Full stop. He's been promised the last two or three seasons. He's been promised this and promised that. He never follows it through. He was promised all the transfer money this season. I think he got less than half, and he pocketed the rest and bought House of Fraser.
Nice.
The next day after the transfer.
I did have a wry smile on my face when the House of Fraser news came up, and I thought Alan's just going to be
the day
fuming.
after.
He's going to be pulling what little bit of air he's got left out, mate. It's going to be gone.
Yeah, it's not.
But if you can't trust someone like Rafa Benitez with the money,
Wow.
then you're not gonna give it to anybody, are you?
Yeah. Kev Kelly's saying 5 reasonable players is for the season. Thanks for that, Kev.
Yeah.
And
we've used 4. So.
Yeah, and Ray's saying 1 space left in the squad until we fall back in line with FFP.
Yeah. But you say we fall back in line with FFP. That's the problem now.
When? Yeah.
Last year's accounts was like 30 million loss. This year's is expected to be even worse.
Plus a 42 million.
So next season will be over the 39 million over 3 years or so. So do we get embargoed again because we've? And at what point do you come back in line?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's no. I haven't seen a definitive explanation of how you break it enough to be punished by points deduction or a fine, and therefore how you get back in.
Ray's just asked the same question. If we're fined by the EFL, does this count as a spend on our books and used against us next season?
Exactly.
I can only imagine it would do because
if it's a fine, that's an expense to
It's got to come from
the club, isn't it? So
Yeah. And Martin Ward is on a positive note. We'll do the baggies on Friday. Good man, Martin. Keep up the positivity. Kev Kelly says, could we choose one home game and all go to Solihull Moors instead to show intent to the board? I think we're showing enough intent to the board as it is, but we love a football club, and that's the problem. It's passion, isn't it?
But this is the difficult thing as well, because this...
The only good
with the exception of buying Pedersen when they probably shouldn't have, which was a little bit naughty. What can the board have done more recently? Their hands have been tied. You're not allowed to spend any money. You know, last season we spent a truckload, and this season we haven't been able to by EFL rules. So I'm not sure attacking the board is right. Because I think their hands have been tied.
Pete Taylor Redknapp had me believe it was promotion all the way. He had us all believe it, didn't he?
That's the magic of. That's what Harry Redknapp brings.
Chris
to
was
us
in a very lucky position. He was at the training ground waiting for the interview out the window, and Harry told him that we'd signed Alex Song. And I went at home, sitting in the Swan, all excited. I said, "Come up on here in a minute. Tilton talk first. Go up on it." And it didn't happen. Did it? It was so funny.
No, it didn't happen. No, I wouldn't have said it was so funny, but yeah.
Well, no. I meant it was so funny. Me sitting in the Swan saying, "You've got the scoop. You've got the scoop." And I'm training everybody to.
Well, I was
watch
there.
The TV.
I was up until 2 o'clock, going, "I just don't understand it." Harry told me himself.
Andy Smith, the club need us with them not running off to the moors. I kind of agree with that a little bit. I think we've got to stick together.
Yeah. And and like I say, if the board were, if it was another Carson scenario where he's well and truly done us over, then I could understand that mentality. But I don't feel that that's the case with this board. You know, they've made the odd mistake here or there in signing Pedersen, but they backed the manager last season, and it went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and if we weren't under EFL embargo, I'm absolutely certain they'd have done the same for Monk again this summer.
Yeah, Andy Walden, what do you guys think would happen if we sold Adams for that 10 million and fell out of FFP restrictions? See, I don't know how much money we've got to pull back in to be within the
if we lost if our loss was 30 odd million last season, and it's even worse this season,
it's going to be far
then
worse.
10 million isn't gonna, it's not going to bring us back in.
I can't see us getting it.
It's a drop in the water.
I can't see us getting
You could have done last summer.
Last summer, maybe, yeah, but
At the moment, I don't. I think you're probably struggling.
Steve Smith wants to know if you're related to Norman Collier. You wouldn't know who Norman.
No,
Norman Collier.
You wouldn't.
That was his voice broke up all the time. His voice very stop start. Norman Collier.
It was him as well, wasn't it?
He knows.
Yeah, he knows him.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
I'm not stupid.
I didn't say you were.
I'm older than I look.
You didn't even Google it, did you?
No?
And Andy's also said we just can't do it again over the next 3 years and need to balance the books. How difficult is it going to be for Birmingham City Football Club to balance the books, though?
Yeah.
And to be like, a sustainable football team,
But
which needs to play
show me.
top players, top money, to even think about getting up the division.
I'm a little bit, I haven't done my research, so I could be completely wrong. But my, initial reaction, my thought, is show me a Championship club in the top 12 who are balancing their books, who aren't spending beyond their means, and or how are they getting their income then? Because our attendance is 20-odd thousand. That's not ridiculous compared to every other Championship club. It's not like we're a Bournemouth in a league of Man United's. 20,000 attendance, home attendance every week is decent. It's not half of what everybody else in the league gets. So where's everybody else getting their income from?
And Rich Rodley says, I don't usually get these thoughts, but being a Blues fan, but I really can see us nicking it against the Baggies.
We had a couple of times last season, didn't we, where a Friday night at home, I think Cardiff was one. Was that Cottrell's first game? Cardiff at home,
Yes,
and
it
they
was,
were top of the league.
yeah.
And it was a Friday night at home, and we won that.
Battered them, didn't we? Muller,
And I think there was another one on a Friday night at home last season as well, which we won. But
Something great about
it's a derby. It's a Friday night. It's under lights. It's on Sky. We're unbeaten at home this season, so we'll give it a go. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, the place. I'm sure the place will be rocking. So.
Dave Moore says, apart from the Rowett situation, what have the board done wrong? They've financially backed all three managers since.
I think I agree. Yeah. I would be inclined to agree. Like I said, the only thing we could viably have a go at them for is if they knew that they were in trouble and they went ahead and signed Pedersen.
That's the thing. And
if that's the thing that's annoyed the EFL enough to punish us,
somebody at that football
then somebody needs to pay for that.
Somebody at that football club must have been employed and knew exactly what the situation was with FFP and finance.
And they thought, okay, we'll go and sign him anyway,
Yeah, Rob Dawes says it's a lose-lose situation. If you overspend, you get a massive fine, which puts you more into the red. Forces clubs... Oh, God, I wish it wouldn't go so fast. Forces clubs to take chances, gambling and everything. Absolutely agree with that as well.
Yeah. Like I said, they're going after the wrong people. Fining us 40 million doesn't help other teams stop spending ridiculous money in gambling to get promoted.
Exactly.
Yeah, Justin Clare says you can get revenue from the sponsors. The board have changed the stadium name. How much did that
That's
cost?
Well, we won't know. We won't know. Yeah, until the accounts come out. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't find out. No.
But maybe it's enough to get us back in.
Yeah, Shane Cusack again going on to the Baggies. Law of averages would you a win? It wouldn't surprise me. And Rob Dawes says a 2-1 Blues win on Friday. What's your thoughts for Friday?
I think they're a very good side. Obviously they've come down last season, but the way they finished last season was with a lot of optimism. Darren Moore was given the job temporary, and I think they won at Man United and they won somewhere else as well, and they kept on fighting until the last minute. I think with 2 weeks to go in the end, which puts you in a good frame of mind going into next season. I think attendances are up this season for them. They've got the bug back. I think their fans have for they fell back in love with the club. Obviously, Darren Moore's a massive hero there, and and they've bought well.
Local lad as well, of course.
They've bought well. Sam Johnston for last season at Villa, and so they've lost. They've replaced quite well. Someone like Dwight Gale in this division is going to score, as I'm sure you know, will score a lot of goals this season if he stays fit. So I think it's a tough game, but we are unbeaten at home, and we played Swansea at home, who were a similar situation. Come down last season, and we gave them a right game, and we probably should have won it.
We definitely should have won that game, and the goal that was disallowed was dubious.
Yeah.
The only game. Right, look, we didn't play too well against Middlesbrough, but we got beat 1-0 against the top side. right?
Yeah.
We played very, very well against Swansea, and then Queen's Park Rangers had done their own work on us. Yeah, and they
Yeah,
just
and then
completely and utterly stifle that game out.
But they've had 2 weeks to reflect on that QPR game now.
Yes.
And they've had 2 weeks to work on what they didn't do well against QPR. And I'm sure West Brom, will be expecting a tough game because, as I said, we have got a good home record. The end of last season we had a good home record as well, which pretty much kept us in the division. So, I think it'll be tough. I don't think we should be going into it with a massively pessimistic attitude of, or take a 1-0 defeat. We are good enough on our day to nick a point or maybe nick all 3 against them. But I don't think we'll see a lot of the ball. But if we can get the ball quick, get the ball back quickly, and get it up to the front men and cause them problems, then who knows?
Yeah. Stephen Gill, going back onto FFP. Us fans need to stick together. The FL are going after the wrong people. Villa, Sheffield Wednesday, Middlesbrough. The list
Sheffield Wednesday.
But,
another one. But they had an embargo as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So are they going to be in trouble when their latest accounts are...
The problem is there's no transparency in any of it.
No.
Not from the EFL, not from football clubs, and not from the finance people.
No. It's very easy to say if your accounts over the last 3 years shows more than a £39 million loss, then you've broke FFP. That's my understanding, that 39 million figure over 3 years. But there's so much more to it than that, clearly.
Yeah.
Because these teams are making massive losses gambling. So let's see what we have. Whatever the punishment is, if we get punished, I want a really detailed report of what we've done to break it. Yeah, sent to my email directly. Yeah. Of how we've broke it, why we've broke it, and what we need to do to get back into it, and then that needs to be set in stone for every other team then, because everybody's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Kelly says financial facts and figures. See price of football at Kieran Maguire. It's all there.
Okay.
Thanks for that. What do you think about Viv playing as a striker? Says James Smith.
I haven't seen enough of him as a striker. I think
on against Queen's Park Rangers, but that game was kind of
he got the goal against Norwich, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
When he came on, I think you've got Jukovic, Adams, Bogle. Obviously, Vassell's had another setback, which is a blow.
You see, we had a player, right, who was as fast as Usain Bolt, wasn't he? Almost.
Yeah. I don't like literal terms like that. I don't think he was.
Unfortunately,
very quick.
He got cropped at the local derby.
Yeah.
And was out for the rest of the season. Just about to make his comeback, and
another injury. But that's what happens. That's what happens when you've been out for so long. And you start coming back, you're going to get these little niggles. And
this is how much luck our football club has, Alan. Time over time. And then we'll win the Carling Cup, and then we'll get relegated 3 weeks
and then
later.
who cares? Who cares what happens then? Because we'll be able to show that every so often. Yeah.
Somebody did mention earlier. Mrs. Brown's just gone out for a comfort break. I think that we're the only football team in the Midlands to win in HD. Win a major trophy in HD.
Oh, okay.
That was right at the front of the show. I thought that was quite funny.
Mind you, Wolves won the league last year. So.
Trophy.
Get a trophy for the championship. A major trophy.
All right. Yeah. Mandy Irvin says, hate to say it, but I don't think we will beat West Brom. Gale, I think we'll nick it. Got to watch him. And what about Forest on FFP? Daniel O'Sullivan, Derby are another club that has spent millions for years and not gone up.
Yeah.
And Pete Taylor's asking if he can knock my mic up a little bit, please. Thank you. I'm as deaf as a post, Pete, so don't worry.
And mine down.
I've turned yours off.
Yeah. Ray says they're doing this FFP lark in Europe. I wonder if PSG will be looked at with name. I think so.
But I think I think a lot of people's thoughts as well. The whole introduction of FFP, financial fair play, which is like coming from like FIFA, it was massive clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona. I think they were fed up of Man Cities and PSGs, because how do you compete with state-owned directors? Man City and PSG are both owned by nations.
Yeah.
It's you can't compete financially with that, and I think they got a little bit scared of how much clout that these two clubs in particular would have, and they've tried to calm them down a little bit.
Yeah.
But as I say, look at who it's affecting. It's not affecting Man City and PSG, is it? It's hitting us.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
How ridiculous.
Mark Yates says the Vile smashed 80 million in one summer, so how can the EFL be happy that that's sustainable? I don't get the 3-year cycle. They should do it yearly. I think they do it the 3-year cycle because that's when the parachute payments come.
Well,
from,
yes,
isn't it?
because
obviously if
Villa would have got a lot of money from the Premier League over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Coming down. Unfortunately, we haven't. It's been a while since we were there, so we haven't got that back in. But the likes of a couple of clubs people have mentioned. When was the last time Forest were in the Premier League, and Sheffield Wednesday? They've been in League One since they've been in the Premier League. So, I don't know. It would take, obviously it would take me a while to go through every club's accounts and do the last 3 years and work out whether they're under or over it. But that's the whole point. It's very difficult to work out where teams stand in it.
And Kev Kelly's given us some decent information tonight. Nice one, Kevin. Thank you for that. It's sustainable losses and very about the revenue to expenditure, especially players' wages.
But sustainable?
Blues are at £189 wages per £100 income.
Yeah, which is what they don't. People don't want.
Yeah.
That is the point. They don't want you spend. As simple as I can put it, you can't spend more than you're getting in. That's not what they want. But
you can't do that at home, can you?
But the word sustainable is a really vague one, because if you've got owners who are prepared to spend money, it's like going concern. A company could lose millions and millions and millions in a year, but if your owners and directors are happy to keep putting money in, then you can be a going concern. And sustainability is a similar sort of thing, whereas you say, all right, we keep spending 40 grand a week on Stockdale even though he's going out on loan to Southend every week. If your owner's happy with that, then surely that's sustainable. If your owner's happy to keep paying David Stockdale 40 grand a week to sit on the bench and tweet every Blues, every young attractive Blues fan who's a female on Twitter, I don't know what's going on there, but if you have a look at his followers, who he's following, it's very weird. But anyway, everybody on there. So if the Blues owners are happy to do that, then where's the issue on sustainability? Villa's owners now, how rich are Villa's owners now? So who cares? Who cares what they're spending on wages? If the owners want to pay it, then where's the issue on sustainability? So sustainability is a funny word to use.
Yeah. Steve Smith, how can we or other teams compete with the FFP when the 3 teams coming down from the Premier League have incomes from parachute payments for 3 years? Well, we had those parachute payments for the 3 years when we got relegated, and what we couldn't or didn't do with them is utilise those to get back into the Premier League.
But we couldn't because our owner was in prison, so we didn't spend any money. No. So where did those parachute payments go?
Peter Sullivan, keep right on from the US of A. Thank you very much. We've got them all over the world tonight. New Zealand, Cyprus. We've got Rhodes. We've got
Bognor Regis.
Yeah.
Smethwick.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah, Sam says FFP is a joke. Nobody takes it seriously. Take the slap on the wrist and move on. It is to be taken seriously now. So if we're the first team to get, I still don't think we will. But if it happens, then everybody else is going to have to be put in the same bracket. But what a mockery of the league! Yeah,
the EFL are going to make a right mockery of their own product with teams are going to win the league on 40 points because everybody's been deducted 40 points.
And Adam Wilkes wants to know if FFP stands for fairly fast pay.
No, we're not talking about that.
Oh, dear.
Pete Taylor says, can we play the EFL fine with fast pay? That should give us about 5 years.
Kevin wants to know, can we do a sweepstakes on the number of points we will be deducted?
You could do. We're probably the only set of supporters in the world that would ever think about doing it.
And get excited about it.
Well, Mark Yates has said the owners across the Expressway can only put in £8 million a year. Also, a good question is why have our owners seen fit to knock out the £8 million a year that they may have helped recently to stem the tide? If we go down, it's administration, and then they lose us, and that will in turn lose their listing in Hong Kong, which is a very interesting point. A very, very interesting point.
That is.
Okay, well, we're trying to get hold of our phone guest tonight, Robbo. We should be on shortly. It's nearly quarter past 8 now, so we'll try and get hold of that one very, very shortly. In the meantime, Leeds had a very good win over the weekend.
Yeah, very good.
And a solid performance.
Yeah, first league game of the season.
Yep.
At home to Everton. And it took 42 seconds before we went ahead. Through Charlie Wellings, who was spent the summer away in France with the England under-19s at the World Cup. So, she's had a good summer. I think they won the bronze medal, so she had a successful summer, and she, like I said, 42 seconds in, she gets the first goal of the season. We played Everton away at the back end of last season, around April time, and we won 3-0. And it was like, it felt really comfortable. It felt like we'd made that step from just like a middle of the table team to a team that could actually go to another WSL team and actually boss them. Which we did that day, and it felt a little bit similar yesterday. The only difference being that at Everton we scored a couple of absolute worldies, and we didn't quite have that clinical edge yesterday. But obviously, going 1-0 up so early, it gave us that platform to build, and we passed it around really nicely. Should have probably been 3 or 4 at half time. We had a couple of chances. And then right at the start of the second half, we had again 2 or 3 really good chances. Hit the bar twice. It could have been over, well and truly over by the hour. But like in any football match, if it's 1-0 with 10 minutes to go, the other team are still in it. And I think Everton had 1 or 2 half chances towards the end, a corner right at the end, and a shot was put over the bar, but. I never felt like we were in danger of conceding. Never felt we were in danger of losing the game. But like I say, if we get that clinical edge, then we'd have seen them off really comfortably. So a very good start to the season. Good to see the new players integrated well. Lucy Stanifor started, and Chloe Arthur came off the bench. So. Yeah, good start to the season. Yeah,
and Dennis says, good on the women's team. If anybody can support them, please do it. It helps the Moors girls team as well.
Yeah.
Something quite interesting here. Steve Smith says, if Mr. Fun is so adamant that we won't get any points deducted, will he then donate £20 for every point that we might get to charity?
I'd love to offer that. I would say I have just spent 6 weeks in America and bought a new house and moved into the new house, so money is a little bit tight, but we'll go a £5. Any points deduction we get,
so for every point we get deducted, you'll put a £5 into the BHS, the Children's Hospital. There you go, thank you very much. There you go. I thought 20 was a bit harsh.
Don't dock us 20 points now just for the sake of it, for God's sake.
Dear me. Mark Yates has just said, I can say Paul Roberts is an absolute legend. Yes, he is. We weren't keen on him at the start, but he proved through endeavour, hard work and buying into BCFC made him one of the most popular signings of the last few years. Long service is rarer in the game. Thanks, Robbo, top man. We'll pass that message on when we get hold of him very shortly. Mr. Fun wasted £20 on backing us to go down last season.
Yeah, best £20 I've ever spent, that was.
He did. He bet 20 quid on Birmingham to get relegated.
It was on the last day. Yeah.
Yeah, it was close in the end.
It was. I was
So,
more than happy
you were
to
due. You were due how much if we actually got relegated?
I think it was about 600 quid. I think.
So he was going to America. So the deal was if he won the 600 quid and we get relegated, okay, he's got a sweetener, right? And if we didn't get relegated, that's the sweetener. So the sweetener was that, and
couldn't lose.
You did last time. You had a little flutter, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We had a little
no
private
need
chat
to worry
about
that. Yeah.
Gave you all the advice in the world that the world can possibly give you on what did you
No.
do? Yeah, did
Threw
you
it-
cash out?
threw it in the
did
bin,
you? You
yeah.
didn't cash out.
I didn't.
Ken Beach has just joined us from Cyprus. Welcome, Ken. He's a Stoke fan, so welcome to you. And we got Stoke tickets are selling quite well at the moment.
Yeah, very. Well, I think that'll sell out.
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
doubt, yeah,
absolutely.
You're listening to Trevor Francis on the Tilton Talk Show.
Dennis mentioned about the Villa ladies losing to Man U ladies.
12 goals.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that's just beautiful.
Well, I've got a. I'm not comfortable with how they've gone about putting Man United in.
They've bought a lot of players, haven't they?
Man United announced that they were going to be creating a women's team, and announced from the get-go that it was going to be a fully professional setup.
Right. Because they did have a team, didn't they, a few years ago?
They haven't had one for 20 years. Well, not far off, is it?
Yeah.
15 years or so. Yeah. So they announced that they were coming back this season. But they were always adamant that it was going to be a fully professional setup. You know, and the players were going to be on professional contracts and this, that, and the other.
Sorry,
and then they were putting.
Steve Smith says, "Mr. Fun, I will match your £5 as well." There you go.
Oh, there you
Brilliant.
go. Very
Nice one,
good.
Steve.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, go on, carry on.
So, and then they were putting the second tier of the new women's pyramid setup, which was always a semi-professional league.
Yeah.
The FA made it very clear that the second tier of women's football was a semi-professional league. So this new Man United team that was announced, which is a professional outfit, have been placed in the second tier, which is a semi-professional league. So, but I wouldn't have been happy to see Man U thrown straight in the top division at the expense of a team that has earned their right to be in the top division. No. But likewise, Villa aren't the only team who are going to be beaten 12-0 by Man United this season in that division. There's worse teams in that division than Villa ladies. You know, and it's going to make a little bit of a mockery of that league, unfortunately, I think. So maybe in hindsight, maybe they should have got top tier. And it would have stopped results like that happening, because that doesn't help the women's game. They're trying to grow the women's game. Having Man United beat Villa 12-0 is not helping the women's game. It's not helping Villa ladies. It's not really helping Man U ladies. Man U women. It's not helping them, because they're not getting anything from it.
Newcastle have a ladies team, Anna?
Oh, I believe so. Yeah.
They do. Yeah. In the I think Northern Premier. Yeah. Yeah, there was talk, because Sunderland were a WSL, a top tier club last season, but they couldn't sustain. They couldn't afford the to stay. You couldn't meet the criteria to stay in the top tier.
What could have Manchester United ladies done? What could they have done? Could they have gone? They couldn't have gone straight into the WSL, could they?
They could have done.
Oh, could they? Oh, right.
They could have done.
Oh, I didn't realise it worked like that.
They could have done, because it was they based the FA had said that it was a new league, a new pyramid system, a new setup, and everybody had to meet the criteria to get in the divisions.
So why have
they could have parachuted Man United straight into the top tier.
But at the expense of who then?
Anybody really. Well, actually, no, they didn't need to. There's 11 teams in the top tier.
Right.
They could have just gone straight in, and they would have had 12 teams, and it would have evened everything out nicely. Like I said, Sunderland, Doncaster Bells, a famous name in women's football. both of those have had to Oxford as well. I think quite a few teams have had to drop out of the pyramid completely because they couldn't meet the criteria that the FA had to stand, which is where Man United come in. Like I said, Man United could have gone straight into the top tier in hindsight. There was talk of Sunderland and Newcastle actually merging.
Yeah.
Their women's teams.
Sunderland and Newcastle. Mate.
Yeah, I know. I know a couple of Sunderland fans. Obviously, going to the games regularly, home and away. I know quite a couple of Sunderland ladies fans who I'm sure, like Alan would have been, were very, very keen on that to happen.
It's almost like a merger up the road, isn't it?
You can't imagine it, can you? So, but obviously that didn't come to any fruition. So,
oh God, somebody just said you're speaking sense.
Dave Twine says fair play. Now.
Who?
Adam, you fan?
Oh, fantastic!
Have you paid him?
Adam.
How much you paid him?
£5 for every nice comment.
Yeah. Dave Twine says fair play in our league, no fair play in the women's game. Man United win again.
Well, but it's fair play is a tricky one because obviously you want the best possible route for women, for young girls to go into football. If Man United are offering young girls an excellent pathway into playing
are we
football
talking an excellent wage
professionally.
package here?
Yes, but
I know,
also, but also,
facilities and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a 14, 15-year-old girl and you're playing in and around the Manchester area, and you've now got the chance, now got Man City and Man United women, who are both, got massive resources. So there is a real chance there for young girls to dream of playing football professionally, which is what you want.
Well, Kev French says seems like there's a theme here. People who run football haven't got a clue.
It's massively money orientated. It is, and I don't think even the FA would deny it.
Of course, it favours the rich as well.
Yeah, well, it does. Yeah, if you can't afford it, then you're collateral damage, unfortunately. Like Sunderland and Doncaster Belles and all these teams who have given so much to women's football over the years, unfortunately, you're collateral damage now. And it's time to make way for Man City, Man United.
Those are the ones that have been the grassroots of the women's game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And they're just
England played Wales the other night. I think half of the England team had a background of either growing up or playing for in and around Sunderland and the North East, and there's now not a North East team in the top two divisions of women's football. So that if you're a young girl in the North East, maybe you've got to start thinking about Man United and Man City as well. But
Dave Twine says, well said, Mr. Fun, the league should have not let Man United into the second division. This is a difficult one, because they've got to start from somewhere.
And I'm a Blues fan, so I'm a Blues women fan. I'd have hated seeing Man United parachuted into the top tier, because you think, well, they're on the same par as us now. Look, we've done so much for the women's game, and now Man United just get chucked in because they got a load of money, and it's annoying. But actually, would you rather they come in and give girls the opportunity to play at a top tier club with brilliant resources, which Man United are going to have, and prevent the likes of Villa getting beat 12-0, which doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help people want to come and see. If that's the first time somebody's gone to see Villa ladies,
and there was a sizable crowd there. There was over,
I think
13,
I think that was quite a bit of that was the Man United factor, obviously, which will help Villa. Getting 1,300 in, that'll help the club, but it won't help the players losing 12-0 every week.
Steve Smith, as Tom said, the game's gone.
It's going.
The game's
gone.
Just a Robbo update. I'm still trying, but at the moment he's not.
Our people are trying to talk to their people.
Our person is trying to talk to their person. Yeah.
But at the moment, Robbo's done a horse.
I was going to say, is he going in the stable?
The horse, and he will score. Right. Okay. The bag is on Friday. Then it's a Friday. It's 8 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? I believe.
7:45 or 8, yeah.
Right.
Get there for,
Go
for 7:45 just in case, yeah.
Honest prediction. There you go. You always give an honest
Mine?
prediction.
Honest.
Honest.
So you're
honest is
insinuating
my
that
middle
maybe
name.
It's not normally honest.
I think we're good enough. I think we're good enough to nick a point. I think we should be confident enough at home to nick a point. I'll go 1-1.
Pete Taylor says he got hold of Robbo yet because we're stuck in a depression vicious circle today. There's nothing much more to talk about, Pete, apart from FFP and the doom and gloom.
Let's talk about England
constantly, and always. I don't want to talk about England.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk about England. Shall I?
Go on.
They lost again.
Yeah.
They lost again.
3 defeats in a row.
They lost again.
Oh,
Huh?
terrible.
For goodness
Sack
sake.
him. Get him
Kev
out.
French says Robbo's on a phone embargo.
Yeah.
Mrs. Brown's got no minutes on his phone.
I'm not having all that.
Yeah.
Couple of 2-2s. Andy Smith 2-2. Prediction for Friday. 2-1 Blues. Robert
You've seen
Doyle.
that one. Jez McDonough's going a 0-0. That would
Yeah.
be. I can't see it being a 0-0 game personally.
No, I don't think so. I think.
But having said
Yeah.
that, you know what the score's
Well,
going to be now.
yeah,
We've
well,
said
yeah.
that, no, it's going to
But
be
then
0-0.
again, I tell you what, if we'd have said we've got Swansea and West Brom, two teams who were relegated last season.
Yeah.
Both of those in our first 4 home games, and we don't concede against either of them. I think we'd have taken that at the start of the season.
And we only conceded one against Middlesbrough,
Yeah.
of course. You know, so yeah. We have been very, very unfortunate.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
we've had the
Like
goal
we said last
disallowed-
week, yeah.
the goal
Apart from the
disallowed-
QPR game, yeah.
Yeah, the goal disallowed at Swansea, which I still think should have been a goal, personally. But,
yeah.
The 2-2 draw with Norwich when they nicked
Yeah,
2
should have won that.
right at the end, and then
Definitely.
who else was it? Oh,
Bolton away, we got beat, but we should have got something from that as
Ray
well.
Price
yeah.
is going 1-1. Mandy Irving 2-2, or it's either 22 to the Blues. Which
Yeah.
Linda Magda 2-1 to the Blues. Let's hope we can instill some positivity. Oh, Ray.
Oh,
0-2 to the-
Ray's gone.
0-2 to the Albion.
Block him.
Walter Sterling says you don't care, just get
3-3.
the 3 points. 3-3 from
Great
Andy
game.
Whitehouse. 10-10 from Carl Heath. Do we do it again?
Brian Johnston 3-3.
Brian Johnson 3-3. 3-1 from Nathan Callow Anderson.
When a
And
derby's ever
2-1
high
from
Yeah,
Robert
it's rare,
Doyle.
isn't it?
2-1 to the referee. Yeah. Right, somebody did mention referees. Now, we have had some appalling referees at St Andrews this year. Absolutely appalling. The one, certainly against Queen's Park Rangers, was no better than the one...
Yeah.
At least the Swansea game was a free-flowing game.
Yeah.
Right? Even though I still believe he got the goal decision wrong. Right?
Yeah, it was an incredibly stop-start
Yeah.
against QPR.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you hope that with any game really, but especially a derby like this one on a Friday night, you just want him to let the game
Under the lights, you know.
Let them get away with a few tackles. You know, don't book someone in the first minute, because then you're just going to be booking everybody left, right, and centre, and it's going to spoil it. But you know, let it flow as much as you can. Let people get away with the odd foul here or there. But yeah, just, you know, control it, control the environment, control the game. You know, don't let it get carried away. I don't know who the referee is, but hopefully it's someone strong enough to control a derby.
Matthew Butler's going to 2-0 Blues win. Craig Carlos Booker 1-1. Steve Portman was... God, they disappear so fast.
Steve Portman 2-1 Albion.
1-2 to the Albion. I'm always wrong, top man. Steve Smith, depends on how Camp performs now. His save rate is the second best in the division at the moment, so don't knock it. Don't knock it yet. Please don't knock it. 1-1 to Blues from Adrian. Sam.
2-1 Baggies. That's the last time he guest host.
1-0 to Blues from Mick Greaves. Harley Dean, 89th minute. I would definitely take that.
No, not kidding.
Adam Wilkes says referees at St Andrews are just EFL plants.
We normally get a Premier League ref for derby matches, says Paul. Yeah, hopefully we'll get someone who's done big games before and can.
We've had some spoilers, haven't we? I'm
understand
afraid.
it, yeah.
We have had some spoilers.
Yeah.
Andrew Whitehouse, atrocious. The ref at Forest wasn't great. No, he wasn't either. And Adam Wilkes says they'll try and deduct 12 points under the radar by trying to influence the game against us. Well,
That's
a
how they'll
conspiracy
respond.
theory worth talking about for an hour and a half, isn't it? Huh?
Well, half hour.
Kev French is going 1-1, and Robert Dawes says hopefully the ref hasn't got one eye and keeps his hands.
Is that literal, or does he mean one-eyed?
Right, don't forget, guys.
Andrew Madley is the ref. Yeah, he's
he
done
is, yeah.
Premier League before.
Yeah.
So.
Don't forget, guys, all you've got to do is share this stream on your personal Facebook page. Please don't share it to any groups whatsoever. On your personal Facebook page to be in with a chance of winning a prize next week. Have we got the prize draw ready?
It's ready.
We need some fanfares.
We need some music.
We need some fanfares. Come on. Dear me.
Should we let our guest
We can let. Yes, it'd be wonderful if Alan was to draw out the prize winner for this week.
It's the first time I've seen silverware for a while.
We
50 odd years.
It's the Carling Cup. We nicked it.
Yeah. There we go. I know you've got us, so I can't read it. Richard Hayler.
Richard
That
Richard
sounds
Hayler.
familiar.
It was the guy on the TV last week.
Oh my goodness.
Richard Hayler. There you go, Richard.
actor.
If you could get in contact with the show. Well, actually, Chris will get in contact
He's
with
actually
you.
coming over in 2 weeks.
Is he coming over in
he
2
can come
weeks?
and pick her
All right,
up.
okay, you can pick your own up then.
There you go, Richard. He's probably watching anyway, so.
How many tickets have sold on Friday from Steve Smith? I definitely know that it's over 20,000.
Tilton sold out.
Tilton sold out. Upper Cox
I
sold out.
I may have put that on Twitter earlier, I think. Yeah.
It would be nice if we could get the GM Open Upper, wouldn't it?
Oh,
And
let's not
fill that
discuss
again.
the GM Upper, for goodness sake.
Let's discuss the GM Upper. What's the matter with the GM Upper?
Well, it's just
Careful.
It's a sore subject, isn't it? Everybody wants the GM Upper open, but they're not going to if it's not full. So.
Why don't they?
Because it
The
takes
view-
people away.
Safety?
Takes people away from. Nobody sees the GM Upper on telly, do you?
The view,
You
the
don't-
view from up there is absolutely astounding.
Well,
though.
it's fantastic.
It's superb.
I'd probably
Great
have a
view,
season
obviously.
ticket up there if it was open.
Yeah, it's a
But
great view.
you don't see that on telly, especially with Sky Sports around.
Yeah. Daniel O'Sullivan says Boggies have sold out and Blues have released another few hundred. I think it was 198. I was talking to a Baggies fan yesterday about 198 extras
Oh, okay,
that
right.
we've released to them. Who's running the line? Judy Finnegan from French. Gil Merrick no upper open? No, not yet. Not that we've heard anyway. But it would be nice. It would be nice.
It won't be
nice.
It won't be. I'll keep saying things because it clearly
says
doesn't come true.
You don't go to a game to be seen on TV. No, but what it does, Benji, is if those 700 or 800 seats are open, then there's 700 or 800 that aren't going to be consumed somewhere else.
Exactly.
And the place looks even barer down below, which is why
them
over the road did it.
Exactly, they closed the upper block, didn't they? They closed
Sunderland
the
have
whole
done it
upper
now.
block. Yeah.
Certainly close certain areas of the ground.
Yeah.
Did Newcastle close any areas of their ground when they were in Championship at all?
Not
No.
last not last
No.
No.
Never.
But they're all mad up there anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Football is life up there, isn't it? Yeah.
We need that here.
Yeah.
Steve Smith says we need it rocking from the start. You're absolutely right. And what happened at the Queen's Park Rangers game? Queen's Park came and they stifled us out, and within 5 minutes,
It doesn't
our fans
help, yeah,
have
exactly,
gone
yeah.
completely and utterly flat.
Yeah.
Especially
when but I think the difference there is that the onus was on us to go after QPR, wasn't it? You know, when you
especially after
the Norwich
way
game,
we
the
played.
first game of the season, you're all up anyway.
Yeah, and especially after how we played against
Swansea. Yeah, exactly. And the Swansea game, we were the team with our backs to the wall. They were the team who were expected to come at us.
Yeah.
You know, and again, that was a night game, wasn't it? So hopefully, a similar feel and a similar build up to the Swansea game, and we can do similar against West Brom.
Paul Gill, they should close the upper main stand and fill the Gilmerick end both levels. Yeah, I quite agree with that. I quite agree with that. I mean, that main stand really wants bulldozing anyway, doesn't it? That's another area where well, it does.
Wow,
Oh, Ray's going to be
it's
on.
historic.
It's
The
historic.
next comment will be from Ray.
Yeah.
Hobro.
He's got his season ticket up there,
It is
hasn't
historic. It is historic, but it wants bulldozing. Right? It's an eyesore. It's a blip. It's
There
a
you go.
blip on the St.
There you go.
Here we
Straight
go.
on. Straight on.
I have my seat in main stand up.
Told you.
Adam Wilkes wants to know if Robbo's had a gagging order sent to him. Well, he's the only so far, because he might phone in yet, he's only the second person to ever let us down.
Yeah.
That's a horse.
That's,
yeah.
that's Jeff and
Although Jeff did.
I mean, I've
let
let us down on numerous occasions.
Loads
But
of times, yeah.
how many times
And when
has
you
he
come
let us down?
sometimes with you.
What about Pikey Joe and his caravan over there?
I need one.
Steve Portman says Newcastle have a massive waiting list for the season tickets. Do you have a season ticket, Alan?
Yes, I do.
And how long have you had that?
I'm on this 10-year deal with
10
Newcastle.
a 10-year deal?
Oh, okay.
My price doesn't change for 10. I've got 4 years left on it.
Right.
So do you pay for that all in one go, or do you pay every season still?
You can pay it all in one go and do it monthly.
Right.
Like a direct definitely.
Yeah.
10 year.
Only
10 years.
you have to renew it by February before May, because you don't know what.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that time of year.
It's clever, isn't it? Yeah.
You don't,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, Lee Mott wants to know what we think of the whole Stockdale situation. We spoke about it a little bit earlier. He's gone to Southend. He's not in a blue
We'll
shirt.
be back.
so just-
He'll be back next week. He's only gone for a couple of weeks,
Oh, is
isn't he?
he?
Or a week or so.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
only an emergency loan.
Ah, right. He'll be back on Twitter then.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Don't you worry.
Allegedly.
You'll be able to tweet him. Come back, David. Save us.
Mark Bartram, we need to start creating some more clear-cut chances for the strikers. A few one-on-ones or some tap-ins. We do need a couple of goals, and what a psychological boost would it be to get them against the Baggies on Friday night?
And strikers, it doesn't matter whether you're Sergio Aguero or Harry Kane or Lukas Jutkovic. If you're a striker, you go on confidence, don't you?
Yeah.
And if you get a goal or two, and you can get, your confidence is up, and you try new things, and you're trying shots from here, there, and everywhere, then you're bound to get a few more in the build-up to it. I think the majority of our strikers are like that as well. Adams certainly, I think, is like that. If he gets one, and his confidence is up, and he becomes a much more dangerous player.
Okay, can I have a 5-minute poll? Should the main stand stay, or should we bulldoze it? Just stay or bulldoze. That's all we need to write over the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
Stay or bulldoze. Sorry, Ray, and sorry, Adrian
Just block
Howell.
Ray for the next 10 minutes then? or
And
what?
so,
You got to
what's
accept
the alternative?
change.
But hold on, what's the alternative? You just leave a gap.
We can
Leave a
still follow
massive gap.
A mural like Arsenal. Remember
I
it?
tell you what, if we put a bit of grass.
Do you remember
there,
the
it'd be
Arsenal mural?
No.
Behind the goal, they just had lots of people's heads.
better. Oh,
on the
yeah,
rebuild
yeah. I
of the
remember
stadium.
that,
Do you remember it?
yeah. I do. I do.
Crikey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's a
My
great
long-term
idea.
memory
Yeah.
is better than yours, matey.
Dennis has gone for bulldoze. Andy says bulldoze. Steve
Ray says stay in capital letters.
Just start. Just leave
Just
Ray
because it's
there,
written
yeah.
in capital letters doesn't
Yeah.
mean to say he's going to
No,
win the
that's
poll.
worth 3. If you put it in capitals, it's worth 3.
Bulldoze, Mark Yates, capitals.
Oh no!
Time to change yourself to the seat, Ray. Bulldoze. Andrew Wales.
okay.
Bulldoze.
Dave Twine explains the
Eyesore, get rid.
situation with
Thanks, Robert
Stockdale.
Doyle.
7-day rolling contract. Mind you, he might like the pies in Southend.
Bulldoze with Ray in it. Only joking, mate.
Come on!
How harsh can you be out there?
Pete
Dear.
Taylor
Adrian Howe
says,
says we could move elsewhere.
time
Gone
to
from
chain
Railway
yourself to the seat, Ray.
End. Yeah, gone from the railway end, which was always full, to the Gilmerican. Don't like it. Can't bulldoze. Yeah, Ames Estate behind the preservation order. No planning permits. I do know. Yeah. Bulldoze.
What if it was
But I'm having it's a
accidental?
hypothetical vote.
Yeah, a
It's
completely
changed.
accidental
Russell Smith
bulldoze.
changed for Sam. I've seen that a couple of
Accidental
times. Stay until promoted for Sam. It actually makes seats in block 1 a bad view. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Of
does.
course it does. Yeah. Blow it up. Stick it in the Bermuda Triangle from Paul Gill.
I take it that's a vote for bulldoze then.
Bulldoze. 9 points. All in capital letters.
It was a dinosaur 12 years
That's from
ago.
Robert Doyle. Nice one. Steve Portman, bulldoze and create a drive-in. Well, rename it the Hobro Stand from Dennis.
Yeah.
Accidentally burn it down.
Bulldoze. Brucey said it was a dinosaur 12 years ago. Yeah.
Sell it.
Arson, accidentally burn it down. We can't condone these kind of actions, Kevin French and Shane Cookley.
No.
We can't condone these. Sell it, pounds, yeah. I'm sure the EFL will be delighted if we go in to redevelop the main stand.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah,
Comment,
you can't
good
spend
comment.
any money, but we've just spent 100 million on a new
Well, we must have
stand.
some brickers amongst us and
We're
some
not
steel
on
erectors,
about
haven't we?
redeveloping it. We're just knocking it down.
Do what Spurs did allegedly, and that's.
Build a new stadium.
Oh
in the
no,
car
can't read
park.
that one. Make it a standing area, that would be good. Let Undoy come back and bulldoze it from Andy Smith. Stay because I'm there. I might change my mind if Jack Grealish is in it. Stephen Gill. Oh dear. What did Spurs allegedly do? I've got it. Yeah. Oh no. David, no, we can't condone that one.
Where's that one? I missed that.
You have to read back.
Oh, right, okay.
You'd have to write about
Invite the EFL and bulldoze it.
yeah. You could be right about bulldozing. Fast pay don't work in there. That's from Ray himself. Hey, top man Raymondo.
Bulldozer sponsored by Pucker Pies.
Bulldoze with a board and EFL. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh golly. When the extra time is sponsored by Pucker Pies. Oh, Dad, it grates me. It grates me. All right, we need the money, for God's sake, but no. Win some gains, earn some money, and update it from Jason. Thank you for that one.
Oh, it's going to be even longer.
Okay, so in the last 15 minutes then, we had something mentioned in this show earlier, which was we were trying to get hold of Robbo on a phone, and we can't. So it's anything to do with phone apps and football. For the last 15 minutes, anything to do with phones, phone apps and football for the last 15 minutes, and they've got to be funny, and we may give a prize out, we may not, just depends how tight we feel. Got to say congratulations.
Mark Yates. Sorry, Mark Yates. Tell the EFL we've just sold a player for 50 million called a new French player called Main Stand.
No dear.
Congratulations to Jay Head for winning this week's TV guest appearance. That was for the caption that he did, which was absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
on the Mrs. Brown
He's a
moment
funny
this
guy.
week. Would you do another one Sunday for us?
Yes,
Another one coming up on Sunday. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah, very funny. It was on the Tilton Talk one, so if you scroll back down a few, there's Mrs. Brown talking to Agnes. I can't get off it now because I've got all this lot up. So
I've got
Mrs.
one
Brown
lined
is
up.
Agnes, isn't she?
Mrs. Brown talking. No, Agnes is woman next door. Oh, hang on, Agnes. What's her name? The woman next door.
Agnes is
Winnie.
Mrs. Brown,
Yeah,
isn't
Winnie.
it?
Beg your pardon.
Winnie.
I'm talking to Winnie. Do beg your pardon.
That should be the prize for the guess the score.
And we've got the first one come in. Charlie Adams Apple, yes, very good, very witty, very witty.
Yeah. I've got you.
Yeah, Paul Gill hates the word sponsored by. It should be in association with. I totally agree. Which is why we're in association this month with Accessi Blues, who do so much.
Because they've given us no money.
Because they've given us no money.
Yeah.
That's why you say sponsored by.
Yeah.
Because they'll give you some money.
Give us your money.
Oh, right. This one, Mark Adams, iPad Docs. Paddocks.
Paddocks. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. Took a while, but yeah.
Intelligence.
Paul Gill says the FL app, you just open it, goes to a blank page. Anything to do with phones, phone apps and money, you've got 15 minutes. The best one will perhaps get a hat or something. What do you
got
think?
some tees
We've got
down
some
there, some
t-shirts
t-shirts
and bits and
there.
pieces.
Yeah,
We'll
loads,
get something away to you. Right, Ashley Jones says, build it, lads. We may get the name Garden Shed, though. Well, that's for the main
than the stand?
Yeah, for the main stand, yeah. Hawaii, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
That should have been Hawaii are the lads, shouldn't it? No, we've been very topical tonight with Alan.
What is that, Andrew? What is that word?
That's it's a make, isn't it? It's
Hawaii,
a make,
yeah. It's a
Japanese.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should have been Hawaii the lads.
Well, in that case, that's very good, Andrew. Yeah. Lost on me, but yeah.
Mainframe stand from Robert Doyle. Very good, very clever. Are we doing a guess the gate and guess the score this week, Mister?
Friday. Should
that
do.
will be live. At
The
some
winner
point.
should get the. Or the closest should get
St
the TV
Androids.
spot.
St Androids. He's done it. Done it. St Androids Trillion Trophy Stadium.
Yeah, I think we'll do that.
Yeah. Who's that?
Adams, that's
Mark Adams, yeah.
You're going joking fit. Carry on.
Yeah, very good, Mark, yeah. Yeah, but that's what we'll do then, the closest...
Yeah.
The closest on the guess the score and guess the gate.
Yeah, but don't do it tonight. Do it on the Tilton page.
But you'll get the TV.
Robbo, no phone. Boga phone.
I'll give him. Shall I give him another try?
Yeah, give him one more try.
Give him one more try.
Lee Novaki, Nokiavac. Instead of Novak. Lee Nokiavac.
No, struggling there. Clutching at straws there.
Straws, are we?
Sorry.
Okay. Boga phone, have we got any more?
Keep right, Sony Ericsson. Again, that's...
It's clever. No, I like it.
Don't knock you into your... I think we're
going to have to have a little stable in the corner, aren't we?
Yeah, with Horsfield and Robinson.
Yes, could we do that? Top left-hand corner of the screen.
Stable.
It's like a jail.
Could create a stable for next week, like a jail.
Yeah.
Right? A stable or a jail. A jail.
Jail, yeah.
A jail. If we could have some jail bars in top, when it says Tilton Talk Kickoff, left-hand side of that next week.
The Tilton Talk, the Trillion Trophy Tilton Talk Jail. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll those people that let us down or don't turn up, then we'll just kick them into touch.
Oh, actually.
Key right on from Robert.
Oh, that's Sonny Aluko. Sony Aluko. I like that one. Adam Wilkes, very well.
I was going to bring this up. Kevin French. Did anybody watch Last Night at the Proms?
I haven't yet. No, please don't. Yes. Please don't spoil it for me. Because I'm going to go home and watch it tonight.
Oh.
Because my brother sent me a message saying, boom, prick your ears up, boy. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So please don't say what it was.
Talk about it because you haven't seen it.
Please don't say. Please, I'm begging.
Well, whatever you do, don't look at your computer screen then, because there's a couple of people talking about it.
So the show is yours. You carry on, mate. You carry on.
It's a major talking point. We're not going to show it.
An apple a day keeps fast pay away.
Fast pay is a system which Birmingham City have introduced, like a card which you put prepayments on, and you go up to get your food and your drinks, Alan, and then you just click your card on, but it just doesn't work.
Apparently,
because I got back from America a week ago now, last week, and my season ticket had come through, obviously.
Yeah.
So I didn't realise that I don't know if it's just me, but I assume they sent everybody like a big pack. It come in a big pack,
apparently,
and it had details about the fast pay, how to use the fast pay, and then offers on like a big booklet on what you get with your season ticket and stuff like that as well.
You got that?
Yes. That was it. Yeah, but everything was like glued together. So when you ripped it off, everything just ripped.
You couldn't
I was like, what's going on? All I want is the little card from it to put in my wallet, like the season ticket.
That's a bit
We've
weird.
got Harry Redden app.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
No.
You did say app,
Rag and Bogle. Rag and Bone instead of Rag and Bone for phone.
Keep right on to the end of download. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Road stand. Tilton Road stand.
Road
stand, yeah. Spy and Cop, Crooked Refs.
Mark Adams has definitely won it. I think Mark Adams has put a couple of crackers on this week.
Nokia Zigic.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Simples, Bitcoin. Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that one. Eric Blackberry, fast pay, no way, fast pay as you go. Sounds like you're still jet lagged. Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Well, that's not very nice. I thought I'd done all
You've
right.
been back a week and a half, haven't you?
I'll tell you what, that first night was tough. that was.
It is.
Did not sleep well.
That's a good one.
Which
We're all
one?
doing the Charges dance.
Yeah.
It's good.
Stockdale, no steel gun. Lovely.
Yeah.
Right. Michael Keefton Beld.
Yeah.
Don't Google it, bogle it. Nokia Zigic.
Nokia Zigic is a decent one.
Zigic. I
So
like
anyway,
that guy.
last night of the proms.
Yes.
No, don't spoil it. Don't do
Oh.
a spoiler. Don't do a
But
spoiler.
you know what it's about.
I don't. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what it's
They
about.
sang
No.
Keep Right On. But you know that, or else
I didn't know that.
I just told you.
I don't know what to say.
You should follow.
I can't
now.
say anything else, really, can I?
And nobody else had said anything. I've got friends out there.
Not in here.
Apparently, it was really good as well.
Yeah. It was.
Now,
It
it's
was
a
pretty
programme
good.
I don't normally miss. There are a couple of 3 programmes throughout the course of the year that I don't normally miss.
Yeah.
That's certainly one of them. And as Alan will well know, because we went to the Arboretum today, by the way, and
Okay.
for those of you that don't know out there, Alan is a very good friend from Newcastle whose son was killed the same day as my Sharon's son was killed.
Right.
Okay, so we went to the Arboretum there today, and who did we bump into?
Nigel Clough.
Nigel Clough.
The Nigel Clough.
The Nigel Clough with a camera crew round him having photo shoots.
Okay.
Yeah. But it shouldn't have been about him.
Because he's still at Burton.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. But wouldn't have hurt him to come over and ask, well, why are
That's
you
all that
here
was about,
today?
like, was it?
Why are you here today? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick
Mrs. Brown's top-up line sponsored by Robbo.
Nick looks like Stockdale after he'd found out there was no more prizes.
In-car charger. I like that one. Nick, I think you know now. Yes, I know now, Dennis. I know now.
He knows now.
Numpty face over there flipping told
Yeah.
me.
He did.
It's really good.
No, I don't know. Spoiler alert. Too late, mate. Too late. Alex McIntosh. Ooh.
Macintosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead of Alex McLeish.
Yeah.
Mega homepage. Boom, Nick. Have it, Mrs. Brown. Bust you up, Kevin. You're absolutely right, mate.
Yeah,
I
that's bust him
genuinely
up.
didn't know what was the score, and I was so looking forward to watching it tonight. Now, and now I am going to have to. I don't know, get an extra bottle of Bacardi or something to dampen, myself down later to sing. Oh, I forgot they were going to sing Keep Right On to the End. Oh, here it is.
Oh, what a shock to me
Shock
that
to my
this is
system.
happening. Yeah.
I've waited a lifetime for this.
I thought it might have been on YouTube by now. It's not.
I saw it on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Yeah, so
Boom,
then
Nick, have it. Mrs.
So then I
Brown,
put it
bust
on.
you up.
I watched it on the iPlayer. Yeah.
Okay.
Toys prams spring to mind. Get on the floor, man. I'll be on the floor later. Dennis, don't worry, mate. It's my usual place, as you all well know. Alan Campbell's soup. I don't know what that's got to do with phones, is it? Phones and technology. No. Nick looks like. Oh yeah, you've just read that one. Thank you. Marlon Ping.
Yeah.
I like. Oh dear. What's the other program? Naked Attraction. Don't know. Never watched that one. Was that one you was talking about the other night?
God.
No, yeah.
One of the most bizarre.
Jimmy Phone Case. I don't know who could.
Jimmy
be.
Case.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. Nigel Clough, one of the longest serving managers at Burton Albion, 6 years. Yeah, he was there today. So had a film crew around him. So we didn't. But we had to ask who it was, because I thought it was when he walked past. I hadn't got my glasses on. I thought it was Michael Owen.
Oh, okay.
In the distance, you know what I mean? Not that far distance, but out
Yeah,
of my
Been there 6
range
years.
of vision distance. And Ray, I still want my nose and moustache, please. And I thought it was Michael Owen at first, but then we were waiting at a specific memorial with all these like poppies and that round.
Yeah.
And Sharon says, recognise his face, but who is it?
Yeah.
One of the film crew. Like,
Looks familiar.
Oh yeah, but right. Alexander Willie Bell. Do you get Willie Bell? You don't remember Willie Bell, do you?
Willie Bell.
Oh, Willie Bell, do you remember that one?
He
Willie Bell
was manager as well.
Manager of Blues.
Yeah.
Manager of Blues back in the day.
Sorry.
Willie Bell. We are the apps from the Tilton. I can't read the next one out from Jason, but it's funny anyway.
It's decent.
Jason says
The last word is Villap.
Jason
There you
says all
go.
round to mine. Yeah, come on, bring it on. Oh golly, yeah. Gil Merrick, all sit down.
All sit down.
All right, John Iconolly.
Yeah. Icon, yeah.
So Robbo on the horse. Who is next to join them? Oh, Dennis. Don't know.
Basically, we're now thinking of guests that we can book that will let us down.
Yeah.
What a sad state of affairs we've got.
This is
into.
the Tilton Talk Show. This is how we roll. We do it. We did. If we didn't do it like this, how else would we do it?
That's a good question.
Can we throw that question back to Dennis and ask Dennis who he thinks should join them?
Come on, Dennis.
Carson
Which
Young.
guest should we invite
everybody.
on? No, because we're not going to get Carson.
No,
Young,
well, no,
are
but at
we?
least he won't turn up. We can put him back in prison.
So we just phone a random number, hoping that Carson answers it.
Get some Chinese telephone directory and find a Carson Young and ring it up. You'll come on Tilton Talk?
Oh, Richard Hayler has joined us.
Oh, well.
Richard, of course, he's from the States, isn't he?
He's the winner of tonight's competition. tonight's share competition.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
It's going to bring recesses and Herrishes for you.
Oh, what a joy!
What a man.
Hershey,
You are
mate.
more than welcome.
Can you bring me a huge lobster from the Red Lobster, please, and some of them little dough balls? I really did like them when I was out there. They were very nice. Didn't you like Jack McGowan page? Yes, I did. I read it. I didn't read straight past it. I did read Jack McGowan page. I'm sure. Can we check on the show a little bit later, Chris? Did I read Jack McGowan page?
You probably didn't. I
probably
did see
did.
it though. Did see it. I thought it's a good one.
Get Gary Pendry on. That's a good call.
He might come on there.
Yeah, you but that's it. Yeah. We need people that we can invite that will agree to come on, but then not come on. That's what we're looking for. Yeah.
After they've seen what the show's like.
Yeah. After they've done their research and decided to give it a wide berth.
Pete Taylor's asking for Check and Doy.
Yeah, get him on.
Get him on.
Oh, what if he turned up?
Troy Deeney from Benji Smith. Jose, don't ring us.
Oh, as in Dominguez, yeah.
Yes, I've got that one.
Very
Yeah,
good.
nice one, Andrew. Nice
Yeah, I
one.
like
That's
that.
thought out.
That is.
Very well thought out.
Christoph Blackberry, yeah.
Banging show again. Let's keep right on. Love Monday nights. Monday nights wouldn't be the same without you, Jason, and all you other people out there. We are nothing without you.
Callum
Malcolm
McKinley
Pager.
wants to come on.
I'm liking that
nothing.
one. Malcolm Pager.
Yeah.
Malcolm Pager.
Oh,
Callum McKinley wants to come on.
Who?
Callum McKinley.
right.
Can I come on?
Yes.
Callum, of course he can.
Next Monday.
As long as you agree to
If-
come
if-
on and then not
Don't
turn
turn
up
up
so we can put you in jail.
Get Robert Hopkins on. We've had
Robert
him on.
Hopkins, I spoke to Robert actually
Couple of
outside the
times.
Blues a couple of weeks ago, and he has agreed in principle to come
Yeah.
back. And
Yeah.
he says, yes, it's been far too long, and he'd love to do so.
Okay, who's going to carry his beer in?
He will carry his beer in himself. He's got arms, and he's quite a strong lad.
Ian Clarkson.
We've had Clarkey on,
We've
haven't
had
we?
Clarkey on as well, yeah. We've had Clarkey, yeah.
Christoph
Yeah.
Plugger.
Plugger,
Yeah, like that one. Like that one.
Not too bad.
Dialer Seb. You get that one.
Callum has a lot to bring to the table.
Undoy with Mr. Fun
Does
on his
he?
knee.
Yeah,
Undoy with
just-
Mr. Fun on his knee. That'd be good.
Yeah.
If Robert Hopkins.
What
come on,
exactly
don't
does
they?
Callum have to bring to the
Yeah, we
table?
want to know.
I'm intrigued now.
Who is Callum?
Who is Callum McKinley and what have you got to bring to the table?
I'm
I can't see
excited, yeah.
the thread. Can't see the thread.
Paul
Callum
Tate?
has to come on and and he said it. I have a lot to bring to the table.
Okay, I hope it's beer.
Steve Portman wants JK on. Is that from Jamiroquai?
I only know that one JK, yeah. There's another JK.
No, there is a JK, isn't there? JK. Going back the years, think about it.
Jamiroquai?
JK. No.
No?
With the funny hat.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, JK, that is.
That's
Yeah, okay.
a joke. Yeah.
Kevin French asked for Kenny Burns. I've tried to get hold of Kenny. I did live by him for a time, but unfortunately he's out of my radar at the minute, so I don't know how to get hold of him, but I'm sure he would. I'm sure he
Dennis
would.
says, a chair. Is that what Callum's got to bring to the table?
Well, we did have the chair,
could be
didn't
beer.
we, with your picture on it
Yeah,
that week
yeah.
you weren't here. We was talking, and I was talking all night to just a picture.
No wonder Robert didn't come on.
Ray Price wants Paul Tate. Paul Tate is a double.
Ali Campbell, Jasper
He's not even
Carrot.
twice.
He's a what? He's come on twice.
He's a double. I've had him twice.
Has he? Not when I've been here.
Dev's just been
No.
on just recently,
No,
just a
you
couple of weeks ago, Craig. So
Oh yeah, Devs was guest host, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Gallagher, you've had him.
Callum Patrick, get me on. I have a lot to talk about. Well, what have you got to talk about, Callum?
We need lists. Callum.
Come
We
on,
need
don't just
lists.
say that.
We
Apparently
need
he's got
lists.
some
We need
proper prize.
items. It's got to be
Ah.
itemised.
Stephen Smith, I assume this is who JK is. He's a grime artist.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I like a bit
yeah.
of grime.
You like a bit of grime?
Yeah. I haven't got a clue what it is, but I like it.
Why does the end of this show always go completely and utterly downhill?
Oh dear.
Every single week. Yeah. Never
Marlon
mind.
King.
Marlon King.
Mick Greaves wants Karen Brady to
Karen
come on.
Brady, yeah, I think she'd come in.
We
Well,
should ask
she'd-
her.
yeah.
We should ask her, and
We'd
she'd
ask
agree.
her,
But then
yeah.
she wouldn't turn up. I think Karen. Do you know what? Mick. I think that's a great shout.
Yeah.
I think that's a great shout for somebody who we could ask, who would agree to come on
Yeah, but
and
Dennis,
then not come on.
Dennis has suggested get Karen and the horse at the same time.
Oh, I'm not. I'm
Please
pesh.
don't say the joke. Please don't say the joke. Please don't say the joke.
Get all three on at the same time. That'd be some show. Steve Portman wants us to get Jeremy on.
Oh, okay. Tom Ross on again.
Yeah, I think Tom's due one in.
We've had him twice now.
Tom's been twice now.
Twice
Lovely
and,
man.
one,
Lovely
and
man.
once on the phone, yeah.
Lovely man. Right, okay.
Callum wants to talk about the team.
Mark
and the
Andrew Adams
currency.
says get Frank Worthington on. It would be an absolute pleasure to get Frank Worthington on, but we know he's quite poorly
He's poorly at the
moment.
moment.
So, good luck to Frank Worthington.
We do want Jeremy on, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to do a
With
special
Steve,
with Jeremy.
yeah.
Jeremy and Brenda.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well, this has been the Tilton Talk Show in conjunction with and not sponsored by Accessi Blues, who are our helpers and supporters of our disabled community within and around St Andrews. Go on, please.
I can't.
You've got to, you know.
Paul Gill says, I already suggested Karen Brady to talk about pie fillings.
I'll tell you the joke on the way home.
Anyway, that's the Tilton Talk Show.
Oh, good. We're going to go off here.
I know.
Oh, dear.
We will be taking those the way it's going.
There's no way Karen's coming on now.
So thanks to all our friends at Accessi Blues and all the hard work you do. Also our friends at BHST, which is the Birmingham Homeless Support Trust team, do beg your pardon, and all that essential and hard work you do in and around the city of Birmingham, looking after those people who are certainly less fortunate than ourselves. This has been the Tilton Talk Show. It's been another blaster. Robbo let us down. We'll find out why. We'll give.
It could be something serious.
It could be. It
So
could be.
You can't say.
It could be. So you can't say. So we'll try and find out why. Oh, Robert's Doyle, great suggestion. Get the flag on.
Yeah.
No,
Right,
he
shout.
would, but
He'd let us
turn
down.
up.
He'd
Turn
let
up.
us down. He's too big time, I think, the flag.
Can you get the flag and put it on the green screen next week?
Yeah, of course,
Just-
yeah, I can do it.
Callum McKinley says, I'm being serious, I'll come on. You don't even have to pay me.
We don't pay.
Nobody
anyway.
gets paid. I hope you weren't expecting anything, Callum.
I've had 2 bags of wasabi peas in 8 years, mate. You ain't getting nothing.
Message me, Callum, and you can come on. Of course.
Anytime.
Our door is always open, except when it's
When it's shut.
Craig Booker says, get my missus on to explain why she booked a weekend break in Benidorm in the end of November.
I think that is a good shout, and I think we ought to ask him to bring his missus in here and explain
herself.
why she has booked a week to Benidorm at the end of November during football season.
Is that when the Villa game is?
Ooh, isn't it?
You know what?
Is that why he's angry?
That's what we could probably green screen. Benidorm in the back.
Oh, yeah.
She could pretend.
Yeah. So get her in. We can put a video of Benidorm in the background. She can pretend she's there. She could send some photographs back home to her family, and you can go to the football.
Yeah.
Boom.
Stephen Smith says, Mrs. Fun, don't encourage her. She will actually want to come on.
Would she?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't think she would.
What, if
don't
you
think
asked
she
her,
would.
you don't think she
I don't think she would.
No.
I don't think she would.
Well, this has been the Tilton Talk Show. It's been Monday without any specific football to talk about over the week, apart from England losing once again. And don't forget to watch out for them playing a friendly at Leicester tomorrow night. That will be exciting.
Come on,
ladies and
England.
gentlemen. That really will be exciting. But it's all about Friday. It's all about Friday. Keep right onto the end of the road. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. We'll keep plucking away. I'm sure these wins are going to come soon enough the way we've been playing.
Hopefully see a
As
few
for
of you
FFP,
down there
well,
on
I
Friday.
think we've talked that one to death tonight now.
Yeah.
Hopefully next Monday we can have happy faces. Mr. Fun can have a smile on his face,
Maybe.
and the Blues can have a win under the belt, so that the FL can take those points off us as well.
Yes.
Thank you. Good night. God bless. Take care. Alan, thanks ever so much for coming down all the way from Newcastle and certainly all the way to the Tilton Talk Show. Chris, as always, thanks ever so much.
Pleasure, thank you.
You're smiling. And Mrs. Brown. Ta-da.
We'll support you till the end of the day.